Hey everybody, coming back at you today with some TTMs that I received over the last couple days. But first we're going to start with two non-autographs. I've gotten some hero cards in. First from Jacob Allen, who drives for Shark Racing on the World of Outlaws circuit. Jacob is from Hanover, Pennsylvania, which is about 40 miles from where I live here. And central Pennsylvania is huge for sprint car racing and just dirt racing. We have the Pennsylvania Posse, who will rival the World of Outlaws any day of the week. So I also got Logan Schuchart, which is Jacob Allen's nephew, drives for Shark Racing. And Shark Racing is owned by the legendary Bobby Allen, who is Jacob's father and Logan's grandfather. Again, big names here in the central Pennsylvania area. So moving on, we'll go with some more racing here. And in 19 days, I received Lyn St. James. Lyn St. James had 7 Indy 500 starts. She was the 1992 Indy 500 Rookie of the Year. She was the first woman to become the Indy 500 Rookie of the Year. She also signed the 5x7. So Miss St. James has held 31 international and national closed circuit speed records. So I sent her those two pictures. She included this postcard here. She's won the 24 Hours of Daytona twice and the 12 Hours of Sebring in the GTO class. And she's also has a class win at the 24 Hours of Nürburgring and 6 IMSA GT wins to a record. And again, that's Lyn St. James, and that was in 19 days. So next up is Enid Kint. She was on Family Ties, Head of the Class, Chips, Different Strokes, LA Law, and of course, as you can see in the two pictures here, Nurse Bigelow on the show MASH. So super thrilled to get Mrs. Kent in 38 days to add to my growing MASH collection. She's on the index card there. Next up, we'll go back to some racing with Mr. Danny Sullivan. Danny Sullivan is a 17-time winner in IndyCar. He's the 1985 Indianapolis 500 winner. And he's the 1988 CART IndyCar champion. And again, that's Danny Sullivan in 12 days. So thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Slowly working on building my IndyCar repertoire up. Next up is Mr. Paul Goldsmith, who this is the only picture I sent him, but you'll see, and I've seen some other people get him back. He sends a lot of pictures back. Which is awesome, and I'm so thankful to have such an accomplished racer to be able to add him to my collection. Mr. Goldsmith is actually a AMA Motorcycle Hall of Famer. He's part of the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America. And what's cool is on the back of all the pictures that he sent, it's marked who's in the picture and some stats from it. So there's 1960 third place at the Indianapolis 500. It's one of his two top 10 Indy 500 finishes. And as you can see here, I think that's awesome to have a picture of him on the motorcycle. You can see Paul Goldsmith, number 3, 1953 Daytona Beach winner on a Harley Davidson. So that's really awesome. So he was the AMA Grand National Motor, he raced AMA Grand National Motorcycles in the 40s and 50s. And on here, of course, that's a pretty cool fact. He won the last ever race on the Daytona Beach course, the road course that they had there on the beach. He won the 1961 and 62 USAC stock car championship. And as I mentioned, he raced at the Indianapolis 500 5 times. What's cool about this picture, if you're into motorcycles, Willie Davidson is in the picture, one of the original owners of Harley Davidson. That is him and Ray Nichols. So there's a lot of star power here in this photo. So you have Paul Goldsmith, Donnie Allison, Sarah Palin, Bobby Allison. So that's a pretty cool photo. I may send this to Bobby Allison because I know he does sign. So again, that's Mr. Paul Goldsmith. And that was in 11 days. So that was pretty awesome. Next up, I have Susan Blanchard. Miss Blanchard played on All My Children. She was in the TV movie The New Maverick. She was on a show called Mr. T and Tina. And she was in TV commercials for No Nonsense Pantyhose from 76 to 82. And unfortunately, this one got a little smudged, but I'm still thrilled. She played Nurse Cooper on one episode of MASH. So that was Susan Blanchard in 14 days. And last for today, but certainly not least for me, Mr. Greg Brown, who is the play-by-play guy for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cool thing about Greg Brown, he grew up about 12 miles from where I live, and he served as the inaugural backup for the Pirate Parrot in 1979. Also in 1991 through 93, he was a color analyst for the Buffalo Bills, which they went to the Super Bowl in all 3 of those years. Here he is with Steve Blass, and I do know that Mr. Blass signed, so I will be sending this out to him to get that signed. Greg Brown is known for when there's a home run. His call is clear the deck, cannonball coming. He also, when a Pirate hits a triple, uses triple. And of course, when they win, which didn't happen often this year, unfortunately, he uses Raise the Jolly Roger. And he wrote a nice little note back to me. So I'm very thrilled to get that. And that took 34 days. I sent it during the season. I figured it would take a little bit to get back. But so thankful to have that back. Again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, stay safe.